He looks like Shaq and KD.
It's all coming together for the San Antonio Spurs as the season is right around the corner. Victor Wembanyama has been getting more praise than ever, not just from Kevin Garnett, but he was at the head of the Athletics rankings for awards this year as Mitch Johnson has teased some bigger lineups with even some other questions on the roster, such as Jeremy Sochan. Everything is coalescing into one big piece right now for the San Antonio Spurs, and we're here to get into all of it. And we're going to start with Sochan. Now, this is a bit of some old news about him not extending, but I just wanted to talk about this very briefly because I think his spot on San Antonio, I feel like there's been a lot of discourse about where he ends up with the Spurs, right? I wanted to bring up this tweet here from Spurs Culture. I don't know about y'all, but I still believe in Jeremy Sochan being a big part of the Spurs' future. But then you pair that with some other tweets I'm seeing from people saying, look, we knew he was never part of the plan. He's never going to work with all our lack of shooting. And, like, it is a bit of a lack of shooting, of course, like, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe my prediction throughout the summer that he would end up starting this year might not come true. Definitely not opening night, since he is also injured. I should probably add the asterisk to him, too. But Jeremy Sochan right now, like, he didn't get the extension. He'll play out the season and hit restricted free agency. I don't think this is a big deal. I will say, I'm just going to make a little comment on this. I will say I think this makes him more likely to be traded. Does that mean I think he will be traded? No, not necessarily at all. But if you look at the grand picture of the Spurs, again, you look at this lineup, you look at the fact that there's a lack of shooting, you look at the other extensions that have been signed recently. I mean, I think, like, some people are throwing out the Nas Reed and the Christian Brown, these kind of extensions, like $25 million, Dyson Daniels. I put Sochan closer to the Toumani Camara or Nikola Jovic signings, which are between 16 and 20 million. I'm right there at 17, 18 million for Sochan. He's going to have to prove himself this year one way or another, right? And the only way the Spurs are going to commit to him around $20 million per year like these other guys, I think, is if he really shows he clicks well with Victor Wembanyama and he is ready to take over that starting power forward spot. 20 million plus, like, that's starter money. In a couple of years, it might be bench money, or again, the cap going up. But anyway, I just wanted to have a little brief segment on Jeremy Sochan because I still think he's a big part of this team. I tend to agree here with Spurs culture, at least for now, and we'll have to see. I like him. I like him a lot. But I think it might just make him more likely to be traded. That kind of trade fodder, right? Some other team that's willing to pay him. The pressure's now on because he can get those other offer sheets, stuff like that. But leave me your thoughts on that down below. I want to get quickly, though, into The Athletic. And we're starting off with a bang here. We're going to get to what Kevin Garnett said. You heard it in the intro anyway, what he said to Paul Pierce. Boy, is there some good stuff in that. But I want to start with The Athletic. This is linked down below. And they've been going through their awards odds. And we're starting off with the biggest one, Victor Wembanyama. Not respected enough to get a picture, mind you, with these NBA MVP live odds. Maybe it was just the top three that got them. But regardless, the fact that you have Jokic, the reigning MVP Shea, and Luka Doncic all there right at the top. You're like, okay, that's fair enough. You know, these guys, a lot of the bookies, this is who a lot of people are putting their money on. And then it's Victor Wembanyama. This guy right here, sweatshirt, link in the description for 10% off of this and this and this and all this stuff. Make sure you get it, Die Hard Addicts, guys. The season starts tomorrow. You need your stuff. You need your Wemby Alien. Right there at fourth at plus 1,100 from BetMGM. And I'm just thinking, like, I feel like it's just more respect coming towards Victor Wembanyama because I would say a lot of people probably wouldn't have him in the top 5 if you just look at average NBA fans because the Spurs are not projected to be that good of a team. But there's so many people predicting such a big season from Victor Wembanyama. He's getting that love. And he was also there for Depoy. No shocker there. Okay, no, it's not just the top guys who's getting the pictures. What the hell is this? Why does Chet and okay, Evan Mobley, I get it. Dude just won the award. Also kind of crazy that he's like the 4th best odds. I understand Victor being first. Huge minus 190 odds. That's pretty crazy. Why does Chet get a picture and why does Victor not get a picture? Is that like that's injustice? This is not the point of the video. What am I even doing here? But regardless, Super Wemby. Or do I have the... No, I don't have the thing. I thought I had the animation ready. Things are falling apart here. It's late at night, but we're still getting this content out for you. Thank you for watching. Number 1 there for Depoy. No shocker there, but it's not just Wemby. And we'll talk more about Wemby again with the Kevin Garnett stuff. But Dylan Harper, he's also here in the Athletic Rookie of the Year live odds, but he's 5th. And I'm just like... You're hyping Wemby, right? You got him for Depoy. You got him for MVP there, top 5. You got my boy Dylan Harper down there at 5th for Rookie of the Year. Now, I understand because, once again, the guard depth is crazy in San Antonio, and I feel like some people are forgetting how good of a player De'Aaron Fox actually is. This dude is a legit All-NBA level fringe, at least at this point, All-NBA level guard. This guy could go out there, put up 25, 7, and 4 with like 2 steals on good efficiency. Like, anyway, I'm not going to say that's definitively what he's going to do. I understand the concern with the contract. I still think people are underrating him. So, naturally, that just means Dylan Harper's not going to get as much time. He's not going to get the ball in his hands as much. So, he is, again, the kind of last guy here, because Ace Bailey's going to get his shots in Utah. VJ Edgecombe, I would have Harper over Edgecombe, and Trey Johnson, if I'm being honest. Trey Johnson's a bit of a bucket, but Edgecombe, he's good. A bit of two-way, I don't know. Anyway, I think Dylan Harper, again, especially with his defense, though Rookie of the Year is very much a numbers game, and Cooper Flagg is in the best position to do that. Though Ace Bailey in Utah could very well come out here, have a 22-point-per-game season, and people would be like, whoa, there he is. Anyway, we're getting respected by the Athletic, right? That's what I'm saying. It's all coming together, but it doesn't end there, right? We're going to keep moving this train along because there's so much happening with the San Antonio Spurs right now, and I want to go into something Mitch Johnson said. We're rapid firing. And this coming from Jacob Toby. Mitch Johnson was asked about how many he'll play the rotation to start the season. No set number, but he did allude to it being a bigger rotation. And this is something I absolutely love to hear because we've seen French Vanilla, Victor Wembanyama and Luke Cornett share the court together a lot in the preseason. And in practice, these guys have been rolling together. They know how to play with each other. And again, Kelly Olynyk, he's going to be coming back from injury. He brings a floor spacing element, but it also gives more opportunity for maybe some of our fours, like a guy like Jeremy Sochan, to maybe play some minutes at the 3. But we have such a deep team that like we could run some massive lineups, right? Like we could run Castle at the 1, like maybe if Carter Bryant's playing good, he could come in at the 2, and then Sochan, and then like Olynyk and Wemby. I don't know. I'm getting crazy here. I'm not saying that's something you'd run a lot, but there's so many guys that can flex to multiple positions, and Victor Wembanyama himself opens up the court so much that this bigger lineup that Mitch Johnson is talking about, or at least alluding to, I should say, could be a reality, but in more ways than one, not just French Vanilla. We can see so many different combinations because of the gravity that this man has in his hands when he's on the court. So that is cool too. But the biggest thing I want to talk about today, I just loved seeing this. And again, I'm not sure if this is new or old, but I just want to talk about it. So it doesn't matter if it is. And you saw the clip in the intro, and it's KG talking about Wemby. And as you can see, like Shaq, KG certified. This is KG talking to Paul Pierce, and he was saying Wemby's changing the way we look at the 5 position. He's changing the way we look at the post position. Victor's bringing a different level of guard / small forward to the big man position. He said center 3 different ways in that statement. That is impressive. That is efficiency. 3 different ways to say center without even using the word center. He said 5 position. He said post position. He said big man position. Look at that. This is why KG is an absolute legend. But the big thing is he said Wemby looks like Shaq and KD. Pierce was like, no. And KG was like, how many people did you see touch the backboard with their feet when they dunk? And he also said, look, he looks like KD and Shaq mixed together. He came to me for the base. He wants mentality. How do I get stronger? How do I get better? And then he went on later to say, we were there for 2.5 hours at the football field where he was training, and he never blinked. And never blinked was very much a compliment, saying he was just listening dead on to everything KG had to say to him. And it's what makes Victor Wembanyama so beyond special at this point. Like the praise he's getting from these guys, from the legends, Hakeem, KG, he's getting praise from the Athletic. We got him in 4th, well, not even just the Athletic, I should say. It really is the betting odds. So maybe I kind of misspoke earlier. We just got this clip of Sochan because I think that's funny, and I think it's entertaining for you guys to look at it. And it's a little bit of a distraction sometimes, you know, because you can't keep the attention the whole time. So sometimes it's good to have something fun to look at. Anyway, everything's coming together for the Spurs right now. These big lineups, something we've always wanted. KG praising Wemby like crazy. The odds are favoring the Spurs for awards. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And you guys, we got your back. Again, all these games, we're going to have post games. We're going to have videos coming out every single day all season long. You know this is your best home for the Spurs. We got the best Spurs merch in the game right now. We got this Wemby. We got Harper. We got Manu. We got so much more, all linked in the description below with Die Hard Addicts. 10% off using code DIGEST. I don't know why you'd want to be anywhere else. Thank you for tuning into the show. I've been your host, Josh Gosse, and I'll catch you in the next one.